All right. All right, guys. Thanks for hopping on. There's Barbara. Yay. Dana Love. Who is Lucas? I don't know you, I don't think. Hey, glad you're here. All right, guys. So welcome to 2021. And Cheryl, oh my gosh, Cheryl Hayes. I haven't seen you in forever. I miss you. So good to see you. Yay. All right, guys. So it is 2021. And I don't know if I should tell y'all, one of my favorite pastors, we were just listening to his sermon, and he said, if we thought 2020 was something, just look out. Okay. All I got to say is be ready. Just be ready. I should have probably brought that up. But anyway, let's get into our goals and our dreams. And, you know, some things are out of our control, but this is one thing I think we can control. We can control where we put our mind, you know, a positive mindset. And we know that your mindset is 80% of your success. And it doesn't matter what your goals and dreams are. It could be, you know, to have a better marriage, or to be a better parent, have a better relationship with your kids or grandkids, or your finances, or your health. You know, all of us have different goals. And this is something that you can put into any area of life. So how many of you actually have the book? Okay, cool. How many of you, okay. How many of you actually read the first 8 chapters? I can only raise my hand because I've read this book like 3 times, y'all. So I just want you to know it's okay. Take your time. The last time we did this, we would do like a chapter and like really, I mean, it took forever to get through this because there's a lot of writing. So just take your time, but I'm glad y'all showed up. Even if you didn't get to read it all, I'm glad you showed up. So I want to start out with the scripture, Proverbs 29:18, where there is no vision, the people perish. And I thought that was so powerful because she said, vision keeps you alive. When you create a vision board, you're seeing yourself the way you want to be. It keeps you alive. You prioritize your goals. You have clarity for your life's purpose. You build your faith in God. And I liked it when she talked about having a childlike faith. And you want to be more mission-minded. So that's why I wanted to do this, because I want to have vision. I want to do what God's called me to do and see where he's taking me. So on page 7, guys, if you have your book, let's look at page 7. There was one word that really stood out to me. And Saturday, we had a Juice Plus conference called the Winter Summit, and it was so cool. And the word they used was audacity. And that was one of the words that I thought, that's in our book. And when it talks about audacity, who wants to read that? Anybody want to read that for me? You have the audacity to dream that?
Sure.
Go for it.
What do successful people have in common? What does it take to go from wishing things would change to living your dreams? In one word, it's audacity. This is the powerful word that can alter the rest of your life if you will be brave enough to obtain it. Audacity is having nerve, courage, daring, boldness, fearlessness, grit, and the willingness to take risk.
Awesome. Awesome. I love that. It's a little scary, isn't it? I mean, it's a very bold word. So you got to have audacity if you want to be successful. You can't be wishy-washy. So I feel like this is a chance for us to really put it out there, you know, to get it out there. And I loved all the stories of the people who had audacity. Who wants to share their favorite story of, you know, all the celebrities? Anybody have one that you thought was really cool?
I mean, I liked reading the one about Tim Allen because I had no idea that he was in prison. And so to think, I mean, it's surprising to me, a little shocking because, I mean, that show, what was it, Tool Time?
Yeah, The Handyman.
Yeah, I mean, that was really, I mean, it was
Home Improvement.
That people during that time would have taken a chance on him to allow him to be kind of, you know, at an 8 o'clock time where, you know, the popularity, I was just really surprised by that and thought, how awesome is that he was able to kind of see his vision and then move forward.
Yeah, I thought that was awesome too. Does anybody know? Well, I think I had two favorites. I had three favorites. I love Steve Harvey.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
one.
that was good too.
Yes, especially as a child. You know, can you imagine being that mean teacher to tell him his dream was ridiculous? It didn't matter. But his
Mhm.
dad stepped in and said, you go after that morning and night, read your dream. So he had to write out his dream, what he wanted to be when he grew up. And the teacher was like making fun of him because he had a stuttering problem. He came from a low income family and he wanted to be on TV. And now he's living it. I love it. Does anybody else have a favorite story?
Well, I can tell you the one about my son.
Tell us about your son.
He was in high school. He had a class. I don't remember what the class was, but they were supposed to tell what you wanted to do, you know, what profession you wanted to do. And he said he wanted to be a professional motocross and supercross racer. And his teacher was like, well, now, you know, that's fine, but tell me what, you know, pick something realistic. And of course, he went on to do that. And he said several times, I sure wish I could see that teacher again so he could see that I did achieve my goals. So
You need to look her up or him up.
it's a man, and I'd have to ask him his name. He's not in the school system here anymore. He's moved on.
I
But
bet he's on Facebook. Y'all, if you don't know Barbara, they have like a true legit like racetrack in their yard. ESPN went out there and filmed. I mean, and her son is like the best. He's like in the world record and has a museum. I mean, he's in a museum. I mean, everything. And my son said he wanted to ride a motorcycle. And I was like, well, you got to go to Kentucky with me to visit Barbara. And he said, you know that one. And he looked him up on YouTube. So he was like, oh my gosh, if I could just tell my friends I rode my first motorcycle with Ryan Sipes. So I thought that was cool. And, you know, he saw that when he was little. He had that vision.
mhm.
I think that is really cool. Does anybody else have a story to share, like from the book or from your own life experience?
I just want to touch on the story about Barbara. Barbara, you should go find that teacher.
Yes.
I agree.
Let us know. Take a picture together with him and the son.
Yeah.
And y'all, Barbara, I didn't know this about her. She rides motorcycles too. And I've got a picture of her in the suit with all the patches and labels. And I guess that's the people who pay y'all to do your ride the bikes, right?
Nobody pays me, but I do ride.
Yeah, pretty awesome. And they have a 2-year-old, I guess Ryan's son.
Well, he's actually 6 now, Angel.
Oh gosh. Well, I saw a video when he was 2 riding a motorcycle over hills and stuff and turns and just, okay, it's in your blood. Okay, I'm determined.
It's in our family.
Yes, absolutely. All right. Does anybody else have a story you want to share?
Can I share one?
Yes.
So my son, he'll be 25 in February now, but when he was in high school, he was a wrestler. And, you know, when you wrestle, it always comes down to, you know, a couple days before your wrestling match, you have a wrestle off to decide who's going to wrestle varsity or JV. And for his freshman year, his sophomore year, his junior year, it was him and another kid, and he never could beat his partner ever. And I mean, they were great partners and they really pushed each other, but Jacob was always just a little bit better. And so at the end of his junior year, he came to my husband and I and said, I'm going to state next year. And we were like, okay, how are you going to get there? And he was like, I'm going to work all summer. And he had all this thing planned out. And it just so happened that Jacob lost weight to go down to the next weight class. So it opened it up for our son. He was able to wrestle. He wrestled varsity all senior year. He won all of his matches except one. He made it to the state the state right before he goes to state, and got his nose broken, but he still made it. And so he made it to state. It was just, he just focused, and it was just, you know, as just to see all that hard work pay off, it was just awesome. Now he made it, he didn't make it past the first round, but he made it to state. So
There you go.
Awesome.
That was a great accomplishment for him.
It is. And he's the one that told you to do this, isn't he?
Yeah. Yeah.
He's the one that said, Mom, you need to read that book and do a vision
Yeah.
board.
Yeah. And he's the one, he's in sales now, and they do vision boards all the time. And so he's always talking about vision boards. And I was like, I had heard about it, but I didn't really know about it. And then when I saw Angel post this, I was like, I have to do this.
Yes. Well, I'm glad you did.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Well, we know we got to have some audacity. Like your son, I'm going. Get his nose broken. I'm going. Dang it. I love that.
Right.
One of my favorite stories too, nobody mentioned it, is Arnold Schwarzenegger. Can't say his name
Yes.
right, probably, but I love that. He did not have muscles, and he wanted muscles. So what did he do? He put pictures up of muscular men, he said. And I mean, look at him. It's just incredible. Really incredible.
And the story of Oprah,
Oh yes. Tell us that one again. I didn't read
where
that.
her grandmother told her, had hoped that she would find a nice family that would be kind to her, because she was going to be a maid like her. And Oprah was just like, you can just picture Oprah, even as I don't know how old she was, maybe 10 or 12, just like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to be somebody's maid. I mean, I can just see her, in her little mind thinking that. So that's pretty incredible.
Yes, I forgot all about that one. Yeah, I love that. And Jim Carrey, he said he was going to be famous one day, and was he driving by the movie studio?
Yeah, he just pretended that he knew all these people and stuff. And
Yeah.
so
He started getting his mind he said he wanted to feel the feeling
yeah.
of what it would be like to be a movie star. I mean, it's just incredible. So I think we see that they visualize it. They start thinking it in their mind. They put the pictures up or ride past the building they want to work at, and started speaking it, I am. So those are all so key to becoming. Also Proverbs 23:7. Does anybody have that out handy? The main gist is that you become what you think. So a man thinketh he is. Is that the scripture?
Whatever man
yes.
thinks in his heart, so is he.
There you go. So we got to start thinking what we want to be and start visualizing, seeing ourselves there. And so before we create vision board, of course, you've got to visualize success, whatever it is in your life, in your world. And before you create your vision board, you want to write out your dreams, write out your goals, and the action steps to plan. So I was thinking about on the SMART goals, page 39. Kind of skipping a lot here, but the main thing is for y'all to know your dreams. If you haven't read it yet, go back and read it, because you've got to dream big and write these things out. But then on page 39, when you start making your actual goals, going from dreaming to goal setting, it's a little leap. There are certain measures that you want to take. And I did another training with Catherine Lee. She's really an amazing lady. If you haven't heard of her, it's Kathrine. There's no E, it's not ER, it's just R. But Catherine Lee, she's a life coach. She was actually on Oprah a couple of times. She wrote a book, but she talked about the difference between dreams and goals. Dreams are so important. She had us even draw like a child, draw what we wanted. And doing that just felt good. I mean, when you just draw it out, it makes a difference. I want to encourage y'all to do that. And then the goals are actually what it's going to take to get that. Like if you want a house, let's just say I'm thinking about a house. We just sold our house. I just blurted out. See, I wasn't really consciously thinking of it, but that was in my mind. But we need to write out what we want, write out what we want, how much money we want to spend, and then if we're going to not pay cash, how much would that be monthly? All that sort of thing. My husband is a financial guy, so we're paying cash. So I won't get this big, ginormous house, which we don't even want anymore. That's a whole nother story. But you really got to figure out what you want and then set out those goals. And so it gives you SMART goals. How many of y'all have heard that before? SMART goals. Okay, cool. Well, it's an acronym. So the S is for specific. You have to bring clarity to what you want to accomplish by being as specific as possible. Here's a wrong example. I will save money this year. That's a big goal. And the right examples, I will save $5,000 by December 31. You have to be specific if you want it to happen. How many of y'all have heard people say, I'm going to lose weight? I hear that one a lot because I teach fitness classes. I'm in a gym all the time. I'm going to lose weight. But if you're not specific, you can't break it down. Reverse engineering is what it's called. So if you wanted to lose, say, 10 pounds in 10 months, that would be like a pound a month, right? And then you figure out how many, I would do the old school way, how many calories are in a pound. 3,500 calories are in 1 pound. Did y'all know that? Some people, yeah, I know Barbara knows that. She does what I do. But then you kind of can start figuring it out, looking at your food, looking at your exercise and all that. So having that specific number there is really key. And then, so that's being specific. Then M is measurable. This is where you can truly measure whether or not you hit a goal. Like a wrong example, I will lose weight. Right example, I will weigh 120 by May 15th. Current weight, 130. So she knows that can happen and that she's going to measure it. And then action-oriented. Use action verbs when setting goals, such as reduce, save, earn, exercise, invest, enroll, run, etc. Wrong example, I will be more consistent with exercise. The right example, I will exercise 5 days a week. You know, you're getting the action in there. I will do this. And then realistic. If your goals are too big, you're setting yourself up to fail. I encourage you to set goals that stretch you and cause you to grow, but are somewhat attainable. Like a wrong example, I will save $50,000 by May 31, and she only makes $70,000. But the right example, I will save 10% of my current salary, $7,000. That's very realistic. You can do that. And then timeline. This to me is the most important one. Deadlines are motivating. Always establish a by-when date. It keeps you motivated to achieve it. The most productive day of the year is the day before vacation. Why? There's a deadline. The quickest way to clean your house is to invite company over. Why? There's a deadline. Wrong example, I will write my book. I've said that one many times. I will write my book. That's the right example. I will finish my manuscript by September 30th. And then you start reverse engineering. Okay, so what needs to happen August 30th, July 30th, go backwards like that. So I thought that was cool. Anybody have anything to say about the SMART goals? Any questions or anything?
Yeah, I'd like to just jump in here real quick. In same training with that Catherine Lee, one of the things she mentioned is that she keeps dreams and intentions together. She said they're pretty much the same thing. She says it takes someone else's decision to bring it to fruition, number one. And then for goals, she said that we are 100% in control of the outcome when we have a goal. And that's when you know that it's attainable because you're 100% in control. And then basically action steps or mindset. Schedule it. If you can schedule it, then it's attainable. But just saying you want to lose weight, you're not. There's nothing to schedule. Okay. So
right.
I like how she said that.
I do. I love that. That is so crystal clear. Because I want to lose weight. That's a dream, right? I want to look good. Mm-hmm. And then the goal, I can go to the gym 5 days a week and do that class for an hour and sweat and feel good. I can start meal prepping and planning my meals instead of getting in a hurry and grabbing that box of, cookies or whatever when I get hungry. Yeah. So good. So then you want to set a stretch goal, one goal that you would consider your highest expectation. I love that. Your mountain moving faith would have to be reached. And then she just goes through different goals that you can set and examples. I do like she said on page 41, who wants to read that chapter in the middle? It starts with the word focus on page 41.
Can.
Go, Barb.
Focus is the #1 key ingredient to achieving your big dreams and goals. You will get what you focus on, good or bad. You must get laser focused on what you want to achieve in the next 12 months. As we've discussed, what you think about, you bring about. I like that. For example, think about the color blue. For 10 seconds, look at everything in the room that's blue. Then close your eyes and think about those items. Ready, set, go. Do we want to do that?
Yeah, let's do it. Okay, look for everything that's blue in your room. Okay. All right, now we're going to close our eyes and think about those items.
I'll count down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, how many red things did you see? Nothing? Why? You weren't focused on red. You only saw what you were prepared to focus on, blue. It's the same way with your goals. When you focus on this list of goals, you will recognize opportunities all around you to achieve these dreams. You only recognize what you focus on.
Oh, that's so cool. I love it. I love it, love it. And on the next page, 42, she goes on to talk about that, and she gets into the RAS filter. Does anybody want to read those 2 paragraphs? It starts with every one of us have what is called an R. Actually, start with you always get more. Come on, let's hear from somebody who hasn't said a word. Denise, you want to go for it?
Sure, I'll read it.
All right.
You always get more of what you focus on. That's why it is so important that you focus on what you do want and not what you don't want. This law of attraction is about seeing what you're looking for. If you really don't know what you're looking for, you surely won't get it. Every one of us have what is called the RAS filter, reticular activating system. This filter is used to sift through all the sensory inputs we are exposed to all day. We would probably go a little crazy if we weren't able to weed out some of the stimuli coming at us on any given day. This RAS filter is most easily explained this way. If you're in a room full of 100 people talking and someone says your name through the crowd of noise, you hear it. That's your RAS filter, sifting through the noise to focus on something you're looking for. Like when a child calls your name, that's definitely.
Yes.
When you are clear about your goals, you give instruction to your RAS filter to start looking for the ideas, the opportunities, resources, and relationships that line up with your personal goals. You start recognizing these things that are being attracted to you.
Awesome. Okay, so what I want y'all to do for a minute is a little visualization. I think I meant to say something about that, but that's okay. Visualization. Let's start just thinking about what you want. You may have written down some goals or your dreams, but if you'll just close your eyes and just start thinking about what you want to see yourself doing a year from now. So it's next January. And think about what you accomplished in 2021 or where you are or what you have. It might be relationships. It could be your career. It could be maybe where you want to pour in your time, maybe ministry or volunteering or anything like that. Just think about, picture yourself doing what you want to be doing a year from now. Think about the smells, what you feel. I love that. All right, guys, I'm breaking you out of that. That's something that she says to do every day. Spend like 10 minutes Isn't that incredible? The mind will start to help you get there. Neuroplasticity is something really cool if you want to research that. If you start visualizing it, your brain is going to start helping you create ways to get there, little pathways. Really, really cool. Okay, so what I want you to do, if you have a pen and paper, and if you don't have pen and paper, just write it and do your phone on your notes. But we're going to do a little future forecasting. So what you're going to do is write a letter to yourself, okay? And we'll date it December 31, 2021. So we're going to go back a little bit in time here. So December 31, 2021, you're going to write a letter to yourself, telling yourself how proud you are for everything you accomplished this last year. Sorry, not week. So for the last year. And then what I think is a good idea is to tear it out and put it somewhere you know you'll look next year. Like if you read a devotional, put it in December 31. So go ahead and take a minute and just tell yourself how proud you are. I knew I was going to do this. Oh, here's my pen. And you can be as specific as you want to be. More specific, the better.
Angel,
Yes.
I'm sorry, I had to take that. That was my husband's doctor's office. What do I need to write down again?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you slipped out. So you're writing a letter to Barbara, to
okay.
yourself. Yep. And you're going to tell yourself how proud you are of what you've accomplished this year, the goals you want to accomplish. And you're going to date it December 31, 2021.
Okay.
Okay. So you're going to read this December 31, 21. So go ahead and write the letter to yourself that you're so proud of what you accomplished.
Okay. Got it. Thank you.
I didn't read the part she wrote about it. Go ahead and finish writing on page 44. She said, review your SMART goals technique as you are listing them. Imagine it is December 31st and you joyfully exclaim, this has been the most amazing year of my life. Think of what needs to happen in order for you to say that. Write down those goals. That's what y'all are doing now. Goals are not only absolutely necessary to motivate us, they are essential to really keep us alive. That's Robert Schuller. I'm going to put mine in my Jesus Calling. And if Wade reads it, that'll be good. It's good to have that trusted friend or partner that you can let know your dreams, desires, and goals. Y'all about done? You can keep writing if you want. I'll just talk a little bit while you're writing. It's important after you write out your goals, and make sure you write them before you do the vision board. Writing, there's something important about writing them, that we do that first. You get more clear, especially when you're writing your goals, to think about those SMART steps in each one. So you might have to go back and tweak them a few times. But that's when you want to, after you do that, get ready for your vision board. That's the fun part. And it's so funny because when I made this one, we did it together at the house with a group. And of course, it was before COVID. We could actually do things together. But I had people in the neighborhood, Lori, and she's from my old neighborhood, just bring magazines. I had so many magazines, and now I don't have any magazines. So I'm thinking I might just go to Pinterest and print out things from Pinterest, but do it however you want to do it. But she did say pictures are more powerful than just getting words and putting them on there. And it made me think of this story. There's a pastor I listened to, and they have a Bible college at their church, and one of the students, he'd always wanted a white Ford Explorer, Barbara. That's what you just got. So he always dreamed about that. And he got a picture of one and put it, and he prayed for it. He's like, God, I'm trusting you. I'm going to get this one day. And he's just, not probably having any money coming in. And the pastor's wife had one, and she was getting ready to trade it in. And she said the Lord just spoke to her to give it away. So I don't remember the connection of how she got it to him, but he ended up getting that car. Is that not wild? Mm-hmm. I thought, you know what? It's just the power of God. With God, all things are possible. And I love that, because your dreams might seem crazy to somebody else, but to God, they're not. And if he's the king of the universe and created everything, what's a car? I mean, seriously. Or if you have a dream, to send your kids to a school, it may seem huge to you, but to God, that is nothing. So don't let any limitations keep you from dreaming. And then set those goals. And like Denise said, what can you do? What's in your power to do? Trust God for great, big, miraculous things. And what can you do? And then I think of the board. I was thinking on your vision board, here's mine from last year, y'all. That's not me in that bikini, okay? But it never hurts to dream, right? But a lot of people do a dream board and then a goal board. Now, she just has vision board. You just put your vision of what you want on here. But then you make your SMART goals. So you could write out your SMART goals. On the back, I have my affirmations. But you could do both. You could do vision board for your goals and your dreams, your intentions of what you want to accomplish. Well, a lot of us are in the same Juice Plus company, and a lot of us want to get to NMD, which is like the top level. And that's like a dream or an intention, because it's a huge thing. But the goals would be my daily task. What am I going to do every day to get there? You know, who am I going to help? Because it takes a team. You know, that's out of our control, but we find those people we want to help. So that's just an example. I was thinking about doing we have sheets that we can print off for the level we want to achieve. So you can print that off and put it on the back of your board. You know, I think that's what I'm going to do. But anyway, I just thought that was cool. So you're going to begin with your pictures. And she did say less is more. Don't have like a million. You know, start narrowing it down. And then the affirmations, I wanted to touch on that a little bit because we know the vision, seeing it, and then writing it out is very powerful, and thinking about it, visualizing, but also saying what you want as if you already have it. Like, don't say, you know, I want to lose weight. Say, I weigh 120 pounds. No, I'll never want to weigh 120, by the way. I think Terri, who wrote this book, she's like 5 feet tall. But anyway, like, I weigh this by this date, you know, or I am lean, I am firm, I am toned. You can do that totally, because that's not your goal. This is your affirmation. So I have some that I'll read to you guys. These were mine from last year. I haven't changed them. I'm going to change them up. But I put, I'm a winner. I charge through obstacles. I am strong. I am smart. I am brave. I am confident. I have the power of the Holy Spirit. I'm sharing health, happiness, and prosperity with every person I meet. I make my friends feel special. I'm looking at the sunny side of everything and making my optimism come true. I have peace. I am fun. I'm a great leader. I'm a great wife. I'm a great mom. I am fit. I am healthy. I am organized. I plan events. I set up connection calls. I encourage my team. I am coachable. I am successful. I put God first every day. And then there's some other like business goals that I say out loud as if I already have them. So that's always cool. But those are just examples. Say it as I am. And another thing that I didn't do in the beginning, and Maria helped me get this clear, was I used to say things like I am fearless, but your brain hears the word fear. So it tucks that away in here. We don't want fear. So I say I am brave. You know, you want to go from take out any of the negatives and make it positive. Another one I used to say is I am unstoppable, but I said that word stop. So I don't want to say that one anymore. Yeah, Maria gave a thumbs up. So remember that when you write out your I am statements, and write it as if you are already that person. So really the first 8 chapters are the meatiest. Does anybody have something they wanted to touch on? Because I did not talk about everything. Anything special that you underlined or wrote down that you want to share?
I'll go ahead and share. You're talking about the power of words, affirmations. I love when she reminded us that your life tomorrow will be determined by the words you speak today.
Yes.
That's huge. That was huge. So
that is huge.
So in other words, prophesy your future.
That's right.
All right. Death and life in the power of the tongue. We touched on that. And yeah, that was the main thing, is that, you know, your life tomorrow will be determined by the words you speak today.
That is so true. And the actions you do today, you'll get the results tomorrow. You know, I mean, it takes time, but you've got to do the work to get the results and speak it. You know, like God created the world, He created the universe by speaking it, by the word. And so the word of God is powerful. When you pray scriptures, pray those over yourself. You know, it's like it's for you. Cheryl, you look like you got something to say, Cheryl Hayes. Tell us something. I miss your voice.
Oh boy. No, just the power of prayer is so important, and just taking that time every day and praying over your family members, over all your goals. In my prayer room, I actually have my last year's vision board right next to all my prayer requests, so that I would look, you know, one day I would look, or every day I would see my vision board right in front of me and pray over all those things that I'm achieving and attitudes and all that. And then, along with all my requests. So I haven't worked on my new vision board yet, but we're getting there. So, but yeah, power of prayer.
Yay. Thank you. Yeah. Prayer is powerful. Speaking, especially when you are speaking God's words, that's truth. That's eternal. So I love that. Laura, you're being quiet. What are you thinking?
Sorry about that. I am thinking just how timely this is, and I think about, God's timing of everything. One of the things that I struggle with is public speaking, and my job requires me to speak publicly, and so it is just it's hit or miss on whether or not I can do it well. And so my boss has been talking to me, and so the more he tells me, you don't speak confidently, and so that's in my mind, like, I'm not confident, I can't do this. And so this book, just reading, like, it's so positive, and it has made, like, I'm like, I am going to do this, I can do this, I can see it, and it just has made such a big difference. And so I really thank you, Angel, and all of you for this, because it's exactly what I needed, and I'm sure God knew that. So thank you.
Thank you. And you seem very confident to me, girl. Very confident. You're confident. You got to start speaking it. I am confident.
Yes. Thank you. Yes.
Yes. I love that. And I was reminded when I first started teaching aerobics, and I remember, gosh, I was like 24 or something. Anyway, I remember the instructor said, the most important thing is to act like you know what you're doing. She said, when the first time you walk in that class and you have a big room full of people, obviously this is before COVID, right? You have a huge room of people, they don't know you've never done this before. So you hold your head up and you just act like you know what you're doing. And I'll never forget that. And that's something I think we could use in every career, every struggle, even when you have adult children, and they come to you and they may have gone through something. If you stay calm and cool and just confident, praying inside your head like, oh crap, what in the world?
How do I respond to this?
Yes, how do I respond to this with a face on? Anyway, I just thought of that because I have adult children now. But yeah, confidence, that's a good one. Does anybody else have an I am statement that you want to start speaking over yourself? Something that you don't feel like you really are, but you want to be, and you're going to just claim it and say it?
I want to start saying I'm a great time manager.
Celine, I don't see your face, but okay, say that again.
I'm in the dark. I want to say I'm a great time manager.
You're a great time manager.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes. I'm just thinking about that. I am a great time manager. I manage my time. Is it like for your family, for your business? What?
Yes, for everything. Just getting things done in the day.
Yes. I am organized. I manage my time. I'm a good time manager. I love that. I think I could use that too. There's only so many hours in a day, and we can't do everything. We have to say no a lot. Steve Jobs has a quote about that he said, to be successful, you have to say no a lot. And that's one thing I think all women suffer with, because we love people, we want to serve people, we want to help people. So when the opportunity comes, we want to say yes. But what I found is if we say, well, let me pray about that and check my schedule, and have a schedule, guys. I'm preaching to myself over here, but have a schedule where you do have to write out everything. I love this because I've got my, places here. And then, of course, the little calendar where you can jot stuff in. But like the week before, one thing that's really helped me, and this is for y'all working on goals. I know you got goals with jobs and everything, is to write everything in and leave a little white space so you don't go crazy. Because if you try to write something every hour, it gets overwhelming. So leave a little white space so you can breathe, take little brain breaks. And I think that's going to help you reach your goals faster. All right. I know y'all have been on here for a while. We'll wrap it up. Does anybody else, is your heart beating like you just got to share one thing? Barbara, is that you?
I'm laughing.
Well, all right, ladies. There is, who is not in the Facebook group? We have a Facebook group. Do y'all know that?
I don't know if I am.
Okay. It's called 2021 Book Club. And it has a picture of this book. And if you don't have the book, if you go to Terri Savelle Foy's website, she was giving them free if you pay shipping, or you could probably get it on Amazon for the same price, basically, as the shipping. But thank you, Maria. Anyway, guys, get the book. If you want to be in the group, Facebook group, if you're not in, just send me a message and I'll add you. And I'm excited for this. Don't forget, we're going to finish the book up next week. I mean, we're just doing this in like 2 meetings. So get your vision board. And when you make your vision board, if you feel comfortable with it, share it in our private group. All right? Take a picture and share it in our private group, and then bring it with you next week so we can show them. This is a safe place. In the book, she does say you don't share your vision board with everybody, because you don't want negative people to squash your dreams, right? But we're here to cheer you on, cheer each other on. So I'm excited for you guys. Can I say a quick prayer for you before we sign off? Lord, thank you so much for these women. God, I know they all have dreams, big dreams, God. And I pray that you would just continue to fill their hearts with faith to receive it. And Father, help them as they're setting those SMART goals to determine what they can do, what's in their power. And Father, I just pray you lead them, guide them, direct them, help them to get everything out of this that they can, so that they become who you want them to be. Your word says, as we delight in you, you give us the desires of our heart. So I just pray our desires will become your desires. Whatever you have for us, that's what we'll want, that's what we'll yearn for. And Father, I just thank you for all that you're doing and that you're going to do. I thank you in advance. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
All right, ladies, thank y'all. This
Thank
was
you.
fun. Okay. Good
Okay.
night.
Thanks.
I didn't even get a picture. Y'all know I love my pictures. That's okay. I've got it on video. I can go back and take a picture through that, because I want everybody. Bye.
Bye.